Sandy. In a majority alliance with Mille Lacs since day one, can Sandy maneuver herself to the end and make a move in order to plead her case at the final tribal?
My biggest concern was that I was going to be home on Saturday morning. I figured I probably wouldn't make it past the first vote, and as each vote goes along and I keep staying and now it's like down to the final 6 out of 21 people. It blows my mind.
Caitlin. One of the most social players Liv to Give has ever seen, Caitlin's led multiple moves throughout the game.
Person voted off of Liv to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Alex. 8th person voted off to Liv to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Danny.
Then she make a couple more, make it to the end, and plead her case as to why she should be the winner of Liv to Give the Hanover Hilltop.
One of the biggest pieces of my game is relationship building, and I think that has helped me get to where I am. We've, as a group, been able to make some moves to get some people out, but I think now for the jury portion of being able to win this, we may have to make a big move, and I'm willing to do that.
McPhail. Her sneaky tactics and ability to adapt throughout the game to different alliances has gotten her this far. Can she push through a couple more rounds to make it to the final tribal council?
Our motivator is actually my charity. I think everyone is their charity. I was hoping to win. I was playing to win. I was giving everything my all because I love this game so much, and it deserves to show.
Brian. The only male left in the game, his laid-back yet extremely social approach to Liv to Give has gotten him this far. He's found 2 idols and is not done playing yet. Can Brian maneuver the 5 final women to make his way to the end?
Game, and honestly, they'd be crazy to take me to the end because I don't think they're going to win. I very well could sweep the jury.
Katie Meyer. Katie, along with her closest ally Maris, were in charge of multiple big blindsides in the game.
Voted off of Liv to Give the Hanover Hilltop. Rob.
I'm playing both alliances.
The 15th person voted off of Liv to Give, the 6th member of our jury, Tori.
At the last tribal, Katie voted out her closest ally Maris and is now the lone Calhoun member left. Can Katie navigate the 5-person alliance and make her way to the end?
Started the game, I did not think I'd make it this far, so I am trying to put some pieces together. Honestly, I'm taking what comes because like I said, I am on the bottom.
Paula. After being blindsided in her second tribal council by her main alliance,
the 4th person voted off of Liv to Give the Hanover Hilltop.
Paula has become the underdog of the season. With 3 immunity wins and infiltrating the big Mille Lacs alliance, can she make it to the end, and can she plead her case?
To frickin' win it, you bet I am. I am envisioning that big check being presented to me. Now it's like, first I thought I'd be happy if I was in the top 10. And then I thought, top 10 would be okay. That wouldn't be bad. But now I want to be number 1. I want to be in the final 3, and I want to be number 1.
Only one will win the $6,900 prize for the charity. Who will it be?
guaranteed Final Five because I have immunity at this next vote, but I'm not sure if I set myself up well for this last piece. I'm wondering if it was a mistake to let Josh go, actually take him out. It was a big move, but it might have been too big at the wrong time just because it might have been nice to have another target around. But for the sake of numbers and alliance, or allegiance with alliances, you know, it's from 8, it got me from 8 to 5.
I think it's Rob, and then you two. I still am struggling with Morris. I finally figured out it rhymes with Paris the other day, like an hour ago.
Josh said that. Yeah.
I would have been open to making a move right there if Maris had said a name, Katie and I could have voted, and maybe we could have gotten one more. But I agree with her, and I think that a big move has to be made. So this was, yeah, it was a tough one.
It was gut-wrenching. It was gut-wrenching because I know how much she loved this game. And I know that this was just a goal for her, as it is for everybody else. But she's, you know, in her 20s. I have a daughter who's in her 20s. So to see her break down like that was very hard for me as a mom.
I wish I could do it. I guess there was some weird curveball where, who knows? I don't even.
It has been so great. Everyone has been so nice. So some of those bigger moves have been really hard to vote out people you like, but I think it's made my game better. And
Now I'm starting to feel a little insecure because I know that as much as sometimes you have these incredible alliances, you know, kind of like what Maris was talking about, you know, you have to make big moves, and so potentially they could gang up on me.
I know, I'm like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, I have to say that.
I'm definitely going to flow through them. I think they think I'm super sweet and easy to push over, and I hope they saw a little bit today that I'm not. I am ready to fight the last little bit and try to get as far as I can. I'm super honored to be here, and I'm super happy with whatever the outcome is, but that doesn't mean I won't stop looking at first. So.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Katie out of the second. Sandy is still. Brian's is moving a little bit. Brian, get that arm locked up. Wind will come in this challenge. The question is, can you recover with it? Sandy, move it.
Can I move out? As long as my arm is out, why not?
Yeah, I'll get them.
Second ball now. Countdown from 5 and we will begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Sandy's ball drops. Brian, moving on to the next round. Same thing for you guys. We'll do it. Ooh, which one is this? Doesn't look okay. We all count you down from 5, you'll release, and we'll be here for a minute until we go to 2 balls, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Paul's moving right off the bat. Keep that arm at 180 and you're good. Katie Meyer out of the challenge. Right on the edge. Paula, moving that plate. that arm is at 180 degrees. Paula's ball is right on the edge. Nice recovery. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. We're gonna add a second ball now. And we'll be here for a minute. All right, I'm gonna count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Paula's balls are moving. Caitlin's balls are up first.
Hit first.
Paula and Brian in the final leg of this challenge. We're gonna start with one ball first. I'll take the red one back.
Oh, sorry.
After a minute, you guys will go to 2.
Oh wow.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Paula's moving already. She's got her arm locked. Paula's ball is moving. Paula is moving. Paula, make sure that arm stays at 180 degrees. Brian, arm at 180 degrees. There you go. Paula is walking back to camp. Halfway done with this minute. I'm gonna count down from 5 again. Make sure your hands are positioned over the ball so you can release them when I'm down to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. This minute is on. Paula moving. Brian moving. Brian drops first. Paula wins individual immunity for the 3rd time.
Good job.
Got it? Paula, come on up. For the 3rd time, individual immunity is yours. Safe at the votes. For the other 5 of you, one of you will become the 17th person voted out of this game. And yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Head back to camp.
You know, the competitions have been fierce. Some of them have been pure luck. But I just keep my game face on, and with each competition or challenge that was coming through, I just was putting on that game face like I never thought I would. So
I know I'm a really strong challenge competitor. I haven't let my full beast mode out, so to speak. I didn't want to look weak. But I've been saving a little bit, and I'm hoping that's going to be something that can propel me, because I understand that winning immunity when we're down to 5 will be huge, because then at that point I should be able to pick, you know, my final 3 for sure.
because we have challenges.
well, yeah.
So barring the challenge, so we have to really, really work hard to win these challenges. Yeah, so you, I hope so too.
Full from my theory.
Paulina and Sandy. That would be my ideal final 3. Do I think I would necessarily win off of that? Probably not, but they've been my ride or die for a while, and I want to stick with them, regardless of if it's me winning or not.
No, that's why
But I could
we need to do everything.
Yeah, we have a big, because I'm able to stick to my alliance and listen to them, but then also keep at bay who I think is trying to get me out. The next person that we want to get out is Kate.
The thing is, we've got the numbers, so really, you know, we really don't need to be.
I just wanted to make sure it was the right thing to tell you guys. where I was at, and just because I was kind of like, I don't want to get the last vote and be like, oh, surprise, I've been hiding this from you guys the whole time,
We're at 6 right now. We've got a good plan, which I think is going to hold through at least. If I can get to the final 3, I'm a winner being here, but absolutely if I get to the final 3, at that point, we're all winners.
Yeah, I think our best bet would be bringing him in and talking to Paul. Why don't you talk to Paul? Okay.
So I think I would like Brian and Katie Meyer. I think Katie's played a really good game. I would like to go with her. I also think that not going all Black Tribe would be great. Paula might be an option too, maybe instead of Brian, because she hasn't done a ton other than just had a really great social game, but she has won a couple immunities. Brian, I don't think has won an immunity. He did find an idol, but I think he's kind of the villain now too. So I would like to take Katie. She hasn't, she's made a couple big moves against her own people, but it's dangerous too because she has people on the jury that would vote for her.
Hi. Hello. Sorry. Did you guys do all your interviews too?
Yes.
Yeah, well, yes, I got both of them done. I forgot, right afterwards I went behind that car.
And she has been showing willingness to work with me, and we pulled in Paula, who also is, showing willingness, and we're kind of hoping to grab another person from there.
You come. Honest, right now, I don't think I have a ton of jury votes, so I do need to make some sort of move to be able to argue really anything. I'm to the point where I'm just kind of balls to the wall, and I have to make as many moves as I can, and if I talk to someone, they go talk to somebody else. It is what it is, and I may be voted out because of what I'm trying to do.
Try to push the people I need, the person I need to stay loyal to me, and that would be Paula, so I'm going to get talking to her.
I know. I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah. So as far as I know for this tribal, that's still the plan, is that we're all going to vote off Katie Meyer, and then after that, it's going to get really ugly.
We're about to go into tribal in a couple minutes, and we have a plan to vote out McPhail. I've teamed up with Caitlin, Brian, and Paula, and we're going to take her out. She's a bigger player than I think people think.
Did you say me? Did you know that she is? Five-star. Have you done her? Yeah, it's like McPhail. She's just not. She'll go. If she goes to the end, she'll win.
Going to blindside Vale. She's the one who's just always been a little bit crafty, sneaking off, talking to people, just kind of flirting with the enemy a little bit.
Yeah, kind of enjoy.
It's ideal.
Someone else, and I basically pitched to her that Brian has wanted to go to a final 2 with me. So I said we could get Brian, and he has asked who should we make our 3rd, and I said we could pitch to him to make Katie our number 3, and then I said we could pull in Paula just for these 4 votes for the next tribal and vote out one of either McPhail or Sandy.
We were just talking about this.
And the thing is that I can be connected with you and her. So,
And I know that folks have said, you know, when we went to tribal council, that they're playing a safe game. But Sandy and Katie
Fail?
Fail. There we go. I'm sorry, Katie. They told me that they trusted me, and that is a big move.
Does Katie know how I was myself and I'm the one who survived and cracked into their iron title lines? Do they respect that? Or
We do this with your move.
we say
We have to turn.
that's going to be the move tonight, and we'll bring Katie Meyer along. The plan is to bring Katie Meyer into the Final Four, which is great, but you know, I have my reservations because if she wins immunity, you know, all of a sudden she's in, you know, the Final Three. She's at the end, and is she going to take me to the end? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I mean, if it's me, I think she would really like to cut Sandy.
And now, you know, Brian's telling me that he's, you know, totally going to go to the final three with me. But then somebody just came over and said that Katie Meyer said that Brian said he was voting for me. She might be just throwing that out there.
It's tearing me apart.
Oh, don't let it tear you
But
apart.
it
You don't have to.
It does, because I don't want to play a nasty game. I told myself I wouldn't play a nasty game. I'd play a smart game. And that's what I'm doing. Because I want a chance to win that $6,900. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, you never know. So it could get wild this tribal.
I'll now bring in the members of our jury. Charlie, Janicki, Rob, Andy, Stephanie, Corey,
Winning. Yay, Soleil.
Josh, and Maris voted out at the last tribal council. So Paula, congratulations on your third individual immunity win. Kind of tell me what that feels like, and if you think you've kind of conquered and done the unexpected.
I just thought, you know, maybe I would win one immunity, but I think once I made, you know, the merge, and then I was getting a little more comfortable with my social game and realizing I'm not half bad.
So Katie Meyer, while last tribal Maris was very intent on saying the four old Mille Lacs, Paula now has individual immunity. So do you feel like you're in the hot seat tonight?
I mean, it definitely feels that way. Obviously, I'm the odd person out. I was kind of scrambling to try to see if I could come up with at the last minute. I guess we'll see what happens.
And Sandy, is the old Mille Lacs really that tight? Are you guys really uncrackable at this point, do you think?
Well, we have been, you know, but I think people can make big moves, anything can happen.
And Katie McPhail, how do you base this vote? There's only 6 of you left. Is the four old Mille Lacs really just that tight and Katie Meyer is following Maris right out that door? Or do you think there might be a blindside happening?
I think that the four are really that tight, and you just kind of have to trust into it, and everybody's known it's been around, so it's not a secret.
And Brian, at this point in the game, how do you kind of maneuver with the four of you? Is it really that tight, or is stuff going to happen that people...
Yeah, you know what's hard is it really is that tight. And so, you know, I think the goal has just been, got to get there first. Are people thinking ahead? Oh, absolutely, of course everybody is. But I don't think anybody has an end game certainly set in stone in their minds yet.
So Katie, have you approached people and said, hey, listen, is this person promising you a Final Three because they promised blank and blank a Final Three?
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty quiet about what plans they have, and it's hard for me to see who the final three might look like.
So you're just hoping for a miracle at this point?
A little bit.
Well, let's get to the vote and see if one happens. Katie Meyer, you're up.
You are a bigger player than you let on. I could put it out because of this and I hate myself.
This is so hard, but once again, it is getting down to the last final vote, and I have got to. This is now for me, so I got to do what's best for my game. I'm sorry.
Everybody tally the votes. For the last time, if anybody has an idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Brian will not count. Also, any votes cast for Sandy will not count. Alright, once the votes read, the decision is final. The person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. Katie. McPhail. Katie Meyer, that's 2 votes Katie Meyer. It's 1 vote McPhail. 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 That's 3 votes McPhail. 2 votes Katie Meyer, 1 vote left. Katie Meyer, we have a tie. So, how this is going to work, we will re-vote. McPhail and Katie Meyer, you cannot vote. The 4 of you will vote. You will only cast your vote for McPhail or Katie Meyer. Alright, Sandy, you're up. Will you grab the urn?
Alright, so I'm just going to say this totally sucks. Because it's really difficult to figure out what to do. I don't know what the third person is going to do, which would make a huge difference, but I'm going to just go with my gut.
This might be really stupid, but I don't want to write Katie's name down.
Well, good job, McPhail. You flipped the game. Me at the bottom, I like that. That's a good job. Now the question is, I need Katie Meyer in the game.
I'll go tally the votes. I will read the votes. First vote, Katie Meyer. McPhail. Katie Meyer, that's 2 votes Katie Meyer, 1 vote McPhail, 1 vote left. The 17th person voted off of Live to Give. Katie Meyer. You can bring me your torch. Katie? Travis spoken.
I am really proud of how far I got. I knew I just wanted to be positive and be social with people. I think I played a good social game. After the tribal council where Maris got voted out, I knew I was on the bottom for sure. The 4 Mille Lacs people are, I guess, more solid than I thought.
Just pray to God everybody didn't flip.
It sucks to go out with 6 people left. I could have been one of those 5, but honestly, I'm so happy with how far I got. Wish I could keep going, of course, but you know, no regrets.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, but we can talk on the way.
All along it was going to be that we were taking Katie Meyer out, and then all of us, and that deal was made between myself, Brian, Sandy, and I'm sorry, because this is like really spooked me, and McPhail. And we were all in agreement, and then right after the challenge, Brian took me aside and said, no, it's going to be McPhail now. And I was like, okay, and I said, Sandy's on board? Yeah, just talked to her. Well, then I go to Sandy and I said, so Sandy, it's switching, right? And she goes, no.
So that happened. So we just got to a tribal, the final 6, and it was a tie vote between me and Katie Meyer.
And I might be speculating, but I had to go with my gut. And then she said to me, well, Brian is going to vote for Sandy. And I thought, how could that be? So then I realized Brian is playing both sides.
I came out of the tribal and I realized that, you know, he had done the swap at the last second as I'm standing up to go vote. And, you know, I know we don't have a lot of time in between, but I was like, where did this come from? So then I was a little upset because I thought, wow, you just went and made, you know, kind of a major change against somebody that we actually were in alliance with, and you didn't let me know. He claims that it was Caitlin that instigated and that it wasn't him, but the fact of the matter is he voted for McPhail.
Should be sorry.
I should be. Okay, I'm trying to be honest with it, but
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
no.
So at this last tribal, I tried to make a move, and I tried to pull in Brian and Paula to try to keep Katie Meyer. And what happened was there was a tie. So Paula and Sandy voted off Katie Meyer. Brian and I voted off Katie McPhail. And they voted each other off, so it was 3-3. So we had to do a revote. And with the revote, if it was a tie again, I would have been voted off because everyone else had immunity or had an idol.
You know, you're already second guessing things. Looking forward, I'm already had a couple of votes, obviously, in my thinking, and I mean, all I know is that I gotta have a 3. I gotta know who I can trust, honestly.
I almost am happy with how this last couple rounds went because I finally felt like, okay, I can try to make some moves, where before I was way too cautious and nervous. And so I almost had more fun this last couple times, and even knowing like, okay, I put myself on the bottom, I would have totally regretted it if I didn't try to get them to switch and play the game a little bit harder.
And I don't want him to final three. But obviously that final 5 thing was bull because they both flipped. And Brian's playing the Sui Geekly game when I told them for like 2 evictions now we needed to get him out. And now I'm gonna have to start pushing them because Brian needs to get out, and this immunity challenge means more than ever.
Coming in, guys. But let's take some time to see how much history you know about the past players and event in Live to Give history. I did tell you guys to watch the episode, so if you didn't, I feel not an ounce of sorrow for you. This next immunity challenge is called Live to Give Trivia. You will all be asked a multiple choice question pertaining to the past season of Live to Give, which we recommended that all of you watch before the game began. If you answer correctly, you stay in the competition. If you answer incorrectly, you will be eliminated from this challenge. The questions will get harder as we move along in the challenge. The last person standing will win immunity, being guaranteed safety at the next tribal council, and have a 1 in 4 shot at winning this game. Which of the following was not a tribe name last year? A. Ovalau, B. Bula, C. Dukai, or D. Suva? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Everyone says C, Dukai. Everyone is correct and scores a point. Who was the winner of Live to Give Season 2? A. Carter, B. Claire, C. James, or D. Wade? Everyone reveal. Correct answer is C. James. Everyone's still in. Next question. Which of the following players from Season 2 did not place in the top 3 donation raisers? A. Alex, B. Sunday, C. Christine, or D. James?
Can you repeat the question?
I'll repeat the question again. Which of the following players from Season 2 did not place in the top 3 donation raisers? So in other words, they didn't receive an advantage for their donation. A. Alex, B. Sunday, C. Christine, or D. James? Everyone reveal. Sandy says A, Caitlin says C, Brian says B, Katie McPhail says A, Paula says B. The correct answer is B, Sunday. Brian and Paula, you're moving on. Caitlin, Katie McPhail, and Sandy, you're out. Go have a seat. Who did not find an idol in Season 2? A. Claire, B. Megan, C. Sunday, or D. Brett? I'll let you guys think about this one for a second or two. Who did not find an idol in Season 2? A. Claire, B. Megan, C. Sunday, or D. Brett? Reveal. Sunday is correct. You are both moving on.
Dang you.
Next question. In one of the biggest blindsides of Season 2, who reacted to their own blindside with the final words of "I am shooketh"? A. Olivia, B. Miranda, C. Megan, or D. Sky? I'll read. Do both of you have it?
Can you repeat it?
Do both of you have it, or do you need it again?
Can you repeat it?
Yep. In one of the biggest blindsides of Season 2, who reacted to their own blindside with the final words of "I am shooketh"? A. Olivia, B. Miranda, C. Megan, or D, Sky? Everyone, reveal. A is the correct answer, Olivia. Moving on.
Oh, I saw an A on the ground. I thought you got it wrong.
I got him in my hands.
You're good.
So are you.
Next question. There were multiple strong duos in season 2 of Live to Give. Which of the following duos never turned on each other during a vote? This means neither person in the duo ever voted for the other one. A, James and Debbie. B, Sunday and Carter. C, Alex and Cam. Or D, Sean and Claire.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Yep. There were multiple strong duos in season 2 of Live to Give. Which of the following duos never turned on each other during a vote? Meaning neither of them ever voted each other out. A, James and Debbie. B, Sunday and Carter. C, Alex and Cam. Or D, Sean and Claire. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Brian says C, Alex and Cam. Paula says A, James and Debbie. One of you is right, one of you is wrong. The correct answer is C, Alex and Cam. Brian, wins immunity. Brian, come on over. Congratulations. 1 in 4 shot of winning this game. For the rest of you, one of you will be voted out and become the 10th member of our jury.
Good job, Brian.
Grab your stuff and head back to camp.
There's a lot to be done here. I've got this necklace, but I don't feel safe at all because this boat doesn't matter. The next one's the only one that matters, and if I don't get this back, it's going to be a lot of work to not even get to go to the end. So, because they're not going to take me to the end. They can't. They know. Which, of course, then I worry. I'm like, well, if I don't win immunity, then they're not going to take me now.
We've been tight all along, but now we need to vote somebody off. The consensus at this point, and I think that we're still tight. Brian McPhail and Paula and I are going to vote Caitlin off, and Caitlin knows it. We've had the conversation. It was to the point where we've had private conversations about it, but she's fully aware of it. I feel like her game, she was a strong game player.
Absolutely.
And I don't feel like I was anywhere near like her. And so I feel like, I have to vote her off because my chances, up against her are pretty slim,
Oh, we're both feeling the same
She's a
thing.
strong player.
Absolutely.
And the jury's going to recognize that.
And I couldn't be more happy because, I don't think there's going to be a blind side. I think this has been my alliance.
So are you. If we can please stay in touch. Oh, please.
I'm not feeling great about this next vote. Actually, I've been told just straight up that I will be voted out. So initially I just kind of played that as okay, I respect that. And then they allowed us 10 minutes to talk, and so we kind of started pairing off. And I think the tough part is Sandy really is tight with Brian, so she doesn't want to vote Brian. Well, she can't because she has immunity, or he has immunity. So that was an option until he won immunity. So my only other chance, I don't think I have one, because Paula told me straight up too that she wants to play a clean game and not a dirty game. So I totally respect that too, but I think it's not very smart of them to take Paula because she is a beast. She is not one that people thought would come and could win this, and I think she outplayed them by a ton.
So that's tricky. Just can't worry about any one or two people. I think they're going to respect my game. I think I've got the jury, but that doesn't matter if I don't get on it, or if I don't get to the end, right? So
I'm so full from my Dairy Queen.
Well, that's why
But I could do it. We need to do everything in our power.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen. Brian and I are on the outs because we both voted McPhail. So it looks like those three have a final three together.
But I hope we're down one play and I have to vote out Caitlin. There's nothing I can do. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't have the numbers. There's three of them. And if I vote differently, that's gonna really rupture me. Could I try to swing one of them? I don't think so. I think after that, they all feel like I betrayed them and I'm trying to sell it as Caitlin's fault, and she's been good about owning it, but I'm trying to really make sure they understand that and let them know I feel bad, although I wouldn't have felt bad if it worked. But
She went from tried to try
she's been a
without
freaking challenge
any.
beast.
Yeah, now she had immunity, but now she's been a challenge beast. Like, I know her wasn't like I'm not done because if I was connected, she's been like that.
And you're sure you want to go with loyalty over winning?
I think then I have a resume stronger than Paula's. Paula scares me a little bit.
We talked and we discussed all of this because then, you had even said you wanted myself and
Well, I've tried to forge that
Sandy.
relationship with you and do it very, not hang you out. I've tried to always, I hope you feel like every time I've gone on my way to make sure this is, I tell you this is what's doing,
Right.
I have not given you, you've never
Right.
been on the other side of a story, I've always
And
been
you know,
very,
it's this last one.
because that's the only way you can prove.
Exactly, but
It did come out of her element. She did a hell of a job for a 50-something-year-old woman to come out here and battle like that, and will they respect that more? I don't know. If I put her on the jury, I won't get her vote, but I think I've got enough votes on the jury.
You and I and
Katie,
Still think Paulina has a very strong resume, and she's grown in confidence a lot, and it's been awesome to see. So, and the jury notices that. So,
And maybe that's
whatever
what
thing
it
at the
is.
end,
yeah,
and
I know.
I don't know. I just think that's a weak ending to the storyline of the event.
Honestly, my
if
gut.
she beats me, hell yeah.
So I'm hoping that a big move is made here so that everyone can enjoy that a little bit and we can see some gameplay happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but what I told them was I will vote Paula. If anyone wants to go with that, you know where my vote is going. So, but if Paula, I'm talking really loud, if Paula makes it to the end, she's probably got my vote.
I'll nominate the members of our jury. Congrats on making it to the final five. So McPhail, last time you said our floor is concrete, we're strong together. You got 3 votes. How did you feel about that? And did you find out who put those votes in you and kind of just tell me what was up with that?
I had a gut reaction that they were going to do it in the first place. I mean, it sucks because these people who I'm sitting next to, I've played with all game, and I've built a lot of trust with every single one of them.
Did you find out who had put those votes on you?
Yes, it was Caitlin and Brian. So this duo decided to come after me.
So Brian, Katie Meyer ends up going after a revote. McPhail blatantly knows that she put her name down on paper.
Yeah, well, the whole thing couldn't have been any worse. Caitlin had the idea, and I went along with it. And it was my fault for buying into it. And you can apologize as much as you want, but you're not going to forget. And it's hard to get that trust back.
So Caitlin, there's this aspect of feeling horrible, but there's also the aspect of this is a game. Did you get back to camp and defend your move?
Yep. I told her right away, and I let her know that I thought that she was doing a really good job with strategy and wanted to make a move and thought that if she made it to the end that she would have a case that she could make. So yeah, I let her know straight up that it wasn't personal at all. I really like all of these people. So yeah.
So Paula, everyone in here likes each other, but last time we did see the old Mille Lacs kind of fracture. Was that kind of the crack that you maybe saw that you needed to kind of weasel your way in there?
I don't know that I weaseled my way in there. I think it was, they're genuine, and I think they embraced me, but did I do a little weaseling? Perhaps.
And Sandy, at this point in the game, how are you basing votes? Are you basing votes on loyalty? Or are you basing on who can I bring to the end that I should beat?
Right now, for this vote, you know, I think we're still looking at loyalty.
Okay. Well, I heard the same thing last tribal, so I cannot wait to see how this hands out. We will get to a vote. Sandy, you're up.
Either they're all trying to come after me again, or Caitlin's going home.
All right, I'll tally the votes. Once votes read, the decision is final. Person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Caitlin. McPhail. That's one vote Caitlin, one vote McPhail. Caitlin, that's two votes Caitlin, one vote McPhail. The 18th person voted off will live to give, and the 10th member of our jury. Caitlin, you need to bring me your torch. Caitlin, that is spoken.
Good luck, you guys.
Seemed like maybe they were considering keeping me, but I knew pretty much because they kept looking at me and like smiling and saying, "We love you." So I knew I was gonna be gone. I have no idea if it was their best move or not. Brian and Paula are going to be their biggest threats. The other two I don't think have a ton to be able to fight for. I think that anyone watching this event should highly consider trying to be on the cast. You should apply, you will push yourself, and you will be able to raise a ton of money for a charity that you love. So I highly recommend looking into this, be a part of it, or at least come and support it, donate. This is one of the best events out there.
I am feeling good. I totally thought Sandy was going to flip on me with Caitlin because I know they had a final three, the three of them, so it would have been really easy to vote me out with those three and vote Paula out the next, assuming she didn't win final immunity. So I made it seem like I had all this power and I didn't. Yeah.
You know, because that's gonna then twist the whole thing. So let's see. I am considering flipping on Brian. It will absolutely kill me and break my heart, and I know what scares me is I think it will be extremely upsetting to him because we have had a really tight bond, and I know he's putting his trust in me and I'm putting my trust in him, but I think that that might be a big move for me and it might be beneficial for me to do that. So I am considering voting off Brian. Like I had said earlier, you know what guys, like this can't be personal, you can't be angry. I mean, look at Caitlin. She was a rock star. She just accepted it, and you know.
She did.
Yeah.
You know, I told her that I was voting her off, and I said, I can't win if you're in the final three.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario for me is if Brian wins immunity. If Brian wins immunity, that means I have to vote out Sandy or Paula, or they're voting me out. So we have to turn on each other. So to me, that is worst case scenario. But I know Brian feels like he's on the out, so he's gonna try his damnedest. So do I.
Come on in, guys. Welcome to your final individual immunity challenge. First things first, Brian, I will take back immunity, please, and thank you. For the last time, immunity is back up for grabs. Alright, let's get to the challenge.
Jeff.
Well, after several difficult challenges, amazing gameplay, and suspenseful tribal councils, we are finally at the final individual immunity challenge of the season. This immunity challenge is called All of the Elements. I will reveal a riddle pertaining to a castaway that played Live to Give the Hanover Hilltops. After I completed the riddle and I announce that you can go, you will then run to the kiddie pools. Once you have found the piece of wood with the person's name on it from the riddle that you believe is the correct answer, you will run and bring it back onto the platform. If you are correct, you will be given a point. The first Live to Giver with 3 points will win immunity, be safe from the vote, and be guaranteed a spot in the final tribal council. First riddle. When people ask about viewers that Live to Give, we say that there are many. This contestant's wife has been here viewing, and her name is Jenny. Brian thinks he has it. Brian scores a point. Correct answer is Josh. Sleeping outside will bring you close to each other. Maybe not as close as this guy got to winning Big Brother. Katie and Brian sprinting. Brian puts in. McCrae, correct answer. Brian scores 2 points. This next player we are looking for is definitely not a grandma, but if you know anything about her, you would know she lives in Alabama. Everyone's sprinting. Brian in the lead again. Everyone going to the same pool. Brian might have it. Brian puts down Jordan, correct answer. Brian wins final individual immunity. All right, Brian, come on up. Congratulations. You have a 1 in 3 shot of winning this game. You're safe at the next vote. Paula, McPhail, and Sandy, one of you will become the 19th person voted out in the 11th and final member of our jury. You guys can head back to camp and scramble on.
Okay. How long before?
Is go about 85% in challenges, to always be in them and not be a weakness, not look like whatever, but to be there, you know, and just look legit, and then save it all for the end. And it worked because I needed it, and I was just able to bomb through, and you know, I got pretty lucky on the multiple choice Survivor trivia from last year deal, but you know, that last one, I think that really worked well. You know, it's scary not to think you need immunity, but I think you win immunity a lot during the game, and that's a piece of strategy. You don't want to have it too much because then you're a threat. And
so sometimes it hits my wheelhouse, and sometimes it's bouncing on a block, which I'm never going to win.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who I'm playing.
No, and then when I saw you as fast as you were running, I thought I'm not even going to the same pool because I know
I can't be too big on it, to pat myself on the back, like over the top. honestly, in my opinion, I think I played almost a flawless game. I saw my name written down twice, and one was just a random Andy on his way out throwing my name down for whatever reason, because it was a wasted vote, and then one other time there was a single Brian vote. So basically I made it through this game, the entire game, without getting my name written down.
It's not a huge deal to me anymore, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, it'd be great to get to the final three, but, you know, we have only so many choices.
Yeah.
I've been, you know, you and I have been loyal to each other. Brian and I love each other.
So Brian just won the immunity challenge, which I knew if he did was my worst case scenario, which is okay. I'll get through it. But I knew Paula and Sandy were very close to him, and grasping for straws, trying to save myself, trying to think of a strategic way out. Almost a couple hours.
I know.
You know, I think I am, but you know, I have thought about sticking with Brian and Paula and voting off McPhail, which would also be another big move, and again, another, you know, potential, you know, heartbreak.
Exactly.
You're a strong player, and I can't win. You know, but I don't know that I can win against you guys either. You know.
I have no clue what anybody would even begin to think about me.
So it's one of those
how I
things
play.
where it's, you know,
I know.
but me being in the final
I know.
three,
Yeah, I know.
it doesn't get much better.
Exactly. I
So,
totally agree.
you know.
Yeah.
And for that I had to take her out. And it's just at this point when you're taking people out, it's hurtful. But you know what? I came here to play to win. I didn't think I'd get this far, and now that I am this far, I want number one.
No, actually, no. That one wouldn't lie or like depend on it. I would go. You know what? I would go with Paula. I would.
I want to get the over. Feel good. I'm gonna take, because I'm sure that's you don't know. I'm gonna take Paula, and I'm gonna take Sandy with me to the end. Reason being that they were willing to trust me and commit to me, saying that they would take me if I didn't win immunity, and they gave a pretty strong word, a word that I believe, and I was pretty scared going into that, and I really felt pretty confident and comfortable, and I actually think that helped me perform well on the last challenge, because I knew I was going to be okay, and I was like, let's just finish this thing strong and make it a no-doubter. So you know, the only thing I could possibly see, I mean, there's no chance. I love Sandy. I don't think she'll get any votes, to be honest, but you know, Paula might get a few. You know, it depends on who's a little bit sore about the way anything went down.
This is the decision.
Not really. Okay.
I want you to know I just did my confession, and he asked me who my final three were, and I said you two.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think everything I tried to do really played out. I made a ton of big moves. I steered the ship the entire way. Katie got one good one in on the end, and I was able to fix it. So that was the one hole in my game, was, you know, and I don't even know if it was a mistake.
It scares Brian.
Yeah.
Where I think you and I are a little bit weaker in that sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He knows that
Yeah.
she
And he
can
probably
turn.
has a better chance to win against you and I. And you know what? That's fine.
That's fine. You know what?
I'm
Final
staying
three
with
is
him
fine with
because
me.
of my, you know, loyalty.
And I respect
Yeah.
that, and I'm there too. So I really, really love McPhail, but I think because of alliances and because of his kindness, I'm torn. I keep on going back and forth, but right now it's myself, Brian, and Sandy.
And I've told anything and everything, but so if you want to try to at least divide his vote and maybe give yourself because they may hate both of us, and then you get the vote and then you win.
So McPhail just gave me her pitch as to why it would make more sense for me to keep her versus Paula, and she has a valid point.
So the best I can hope for right now is a tied vote, unless I just swayed her, or her being Sandy. I just talked to her. I pled my case because I'm on the outs again, or final again. I'm telling her that the only person that really can give him a run for his money without getting a landslide win is me.
I'll now bring in the members of the jury. So Brian, tell me about the individual immunity challenge and how you won that and how it feels to know that you have a spot in the final 3.
Pretty sure I needed that win, so felt good.
McPhail, was Brian spot on? Did he need that win in order to get to the final tribal this round?
At least he did with me, but I don't know with everyone else, so. You know, this is really hard. I mean, it comes down to these 3 individuals that this afternoon has been amazing, and I would be proud to sit next to any one of them, as well as the team over there. This has just been a phenomenal weekend. And yes, alliances were built, but I think in the long run, there's some stronger ones that came out today, just in gameplay and discussions, and it's about the game. And I just have to keep my head focused.
So Sandy, you're so close to the end. What is the feeling that you just need to get through this one tribal, and what do you kind of do to make sure you get through it and to get to the final 3?
I mean, it's exciting to be here at the end. And, you know, I feel that we just, you know, decisions have been made and there's strong commitment and,
Right.
yeah.
And Brian, going into this tribal council, it's super important that you set yourself up to win. So where's your head at in regards to that? And did people just come to you with a bunch of offers since you won immunity?
You know, not really. I think we really had talked about different scenarios. Like Paul said, I mean, honestly, it would be an honor, literally, to sit next to anybody at the end, so.
I think we're just ready to get to the vote. So Paula, you're up.
Because I didn't break him up earlier, like I knew I should have. Hopefully I can go to a fire making challenge.
Miss Katie, you know how much I love you. We've had this conversation. I've enjoyed every minute of you this weekend, so anyway, I'm sorry.
All right, I will go tally the votes. All right, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, McPhail. That's 1 vote McPhail. Sandy, that's 1 vote McPhail, 1 vote Sandy. McPhail, that's 2 votes McPhail, 1 vote Sandy, 1 vote Will. The 19th person voted off of Live to Give, and the 11th and final member of our jury, McPhail.
Took you 3 times.
McPhail, shadow spoken. All right, see you later. All right, Sandy, Brian, and Paula, congratulations. You've made it to the final 3. The power now shifts to the jury. 11 people that you had a hand in voting out will now decide the fate of who will be the winner of Live to Give, the Hanover Hilltop, and win over $6.9 thousand to the charity of their choice. Grab your stuff, head back to camp. Think about what you're gonna say.
I knew I needed to get Brian out, and that would have been the Josh vote, and we could have gotten Brian out, and we got Corey out, and I messed up within that. And you know what? I'm really proud that at least I didn't get less than my predecessor. So in the end, like, I can't complain.
I remember the details of, what was, the biggest move you made, or feels like it was a month ago. So we just got done with the final tribal council, and we're down to the final 3, and I'm super happy to say that it's me, Brian, and Paula, which is exactly what we were hoping to do. It wasn't easy at all because Katie McPhail, I absolutely love her to death. She was really good to me and super helpful, and we had a really tight relationship, but we had to vote for someone, and so anyway, that's the way it turned out. So now we'll be going to talk to the jury and answer their questions and then decide who takes first, second, or third. Honestly, at this point, I am beyond surprised that I'm even here. I never imagined in a million worlds that I would end up in the top 3. So whatever happens, if the jury, I don't know how they're gonna feel. I didn't play, I wasn't in people's faces doing strategizing and all over the place, or I don't know if they're gonna look at that as, me being, I rode along with other people, or I was weak. But at the same time, they let me continue to go through. So there's something to be said about that. Either that or I just didn't stand out and they just didn't pay attention to me. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to do the best I can and answer their questions and explain to them why I think I should be the sole survivor. I think I played a good game. And like I said, I just, I wasn't all over the place. I wasn't wish-washy. I was extremely loyal right from the very start, and I didn't break that loyalty. And I think there's something to be said for that.
Breathe for a little bit, but
I just hope that before they throw out any nasty comments,
I hope they realize it.
It's a game. And
I think I have it. I think I put it this way. I think I should have it. I think I played a better game than I'd even hoped I could play. I think I did what I wanted to do, and I did it. And I think what's more is that I think I was able to do it in a way that I feel really proud of. I feel like I can defend every move I made. There was nothing nasty. It never got personal. I had to make some really hard decisions with some people who I really liked, had connections with outside the game. As far as just made it tough, and I was able to do what I had to do when I had to do it. I took control when I needed to have control. I relinquished control when I had to. I made one mistake that almost cost me the game. But outside of that, I really feel like I played, I don't know if I could really play a much better game. So I like my chances. What's the risk? Paula, I don't know. Can you pause it, cut it? They were going to take me to the end. The only thing I had to make sure I did, and I won immunity, but I just had to make sure that McPhail didn't. And I am confident that they were going to take me. So I don't think you feel good about yourself in an event like this to make underhanded deals and lie on the last one. I want to keep my word, and no matter what, we're talking about a lot of money going to a really good cause, and hopefully it goes to mine. And that's the number one thing about my experience that I'm really grateful for, and I don't take for granted the fact that I had the opportunity to come out and play, because I'm under the impression that a lot more people got turned down than got casted, and I'm thankful that I was given a shot to play, test my limits, something I've always wanted to do and I thought I could do, and I'm hopeful that I'm close to hopefully filling this thing out.
We knew this was going to happen. We knew people were going to have to end up on top, and you had to do what was right for your game. I came here to win. I knew that I was going to be the underdog. My saving grace is I know that I raised a lot of money, but I never once took that for granted. I played each challenge and made sure that I was giving it my all when it was a team challenge, and then giving it my all when it was individual. It's a game. We all played for charity. One thing that I want them to know and understand is some of the time, some of the blind sides were outside my comfort zone. It's not something I do, but because there's a game, and the rules of the game are that there will be blind sides, there will be twists and turns. And I didn't use them throughout the game, but I used them when I knew it could help my game. And there was no personal attack on anybody. And when I did do the blind sides, I did the blind sides with respect. The one thing that I told myself and my family, that as I was trying to win this, I would do this with respect and not embarrass anybody. And I just want the jury to know that my personal experience throughout this weekend exceeded my expectation. I figured I'd come in, I'd probably play a couple games, knew I was going to be safe, and figure out really what the strategy was. But what I came out of this with is, and I thought, oh, I'm going to starve. I'm going to be so thirsty. I'm going to be so tired. I'm not going to want to stay. But the more it progressed and the thirstier I got and the hungrier I got, and it was more tired and thirsty, I just wanted to keep on going. It seems like I always had that extra ounce of adrenaline. I got to compete with people who are younger than me, people that are my daughter's age, and I was able to hold my own. And I was afraid to come here. I was afraid to compete with folks that were my child's age, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. I didn't know how I would do in some of these challenges, because I probably wasn't as savvy as they all were in the gameplay. But I learned quickly, and I played a darn good game, and I'm really proud of what I did. So now it's one of those things where it's like I don't have to be afraid to try and tackle something new. I mean, I've always been one that will want to try new things, but I'm really reserved, and I'll wait a while and I'll test the waters. I'm glad I didn't test the waters for this. I jumped in whole hog, and I'm never going to look back. This is such an outstanding experience that I went through. I don't even mind that I know I smell bad and I look bad, but it's all well worth it, because I got to raise awareness, and I have bragging rights that I'm in the top 3. I have bragging rights that as a 54-year-old woman, I made it through some pretty tough challenges. So I'm just excited.
For the last time, I will bring in the jury. Charlie, Janicki, Rob, Andy, Stephanie, Corey, Josh, Maris, Katie Meyer, Caitlin, and Katie McPhail voted out at the last scramble. Well, Paula and Brian, you've gone as far as you can go in this game. There's only one thing that you need now, and that is votes from the jury. So with that being said, Maris, you're up.
My question for you guys is, so when I got out, I said I wanted to vote for someone that was gonna mix up the game, make big moves. And so my question for each of you is, how did you mix up the game?
Paula, do you want to start?
I think the way that I mixed it up is I listened to everybody and started building alliances. I was able to break up
the Black Tribe.
Okay, thank you. Sandy?
And kind of playing off on that with Paula was, you know, when we chose to, you know, bring Paula into our alignment, you know, which changed things for a lot of people. So I'll stop right there.
Brian. Corey, everyone's gonna love Corey. He knows how to play. He's going to be a gamer. He's been on TV. He's just going to have that appeal. And so, blindsiding Corey had a plan. It was time to get Corey out because he's too good. He had to go. So, you know, we were able to get Corey out, and then I'd always keep things tilted in my favor and try to be in control.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, Mayor.
Okay, I am a mess, so I'm going to screw this up, so don't even go with it. Congratulations, you three. I'm proud of all three of you. But my question is for you, Brian. You told, I believe, Corey and Caitlin that you wanted the three strongest people to be at the end. And I see you sitting here with Sandy and Paula. But there's been word that you've called a few of them really easy to beat. So why are you sitting with them and not people that you had a final three with that you said that they were the strongest?
Good question, fair question. Part of it's because I can't control necessarily who I'm sitting with, and you saw when we were down to the round of 6 that some things kind of changed. My strategy was to make sure I had a very, very defined, tight core 2, and that all got blown up when I made a mistake and we're going with my strong 2, Caitlin, and it blew up in my face, and then I had to realign. That's why it kind of ended up the way it did, and I'm proud to be sitting next to these guys. All right, Rob, you're up.
Alright guys, I want to say congratulations like everyone else has been saying. I just want to know what our social interactions I had with all three of you at whatever point in the game meant to you, not only in real life, but also in the game.
I thought you were an honest player, and I knew that you were strong, you were smart, and I wanted to align with you. I was just as blindsided as you were, and I was devastated when you were voted out.
So Rob and I, when, you know, we didn't end up on the same tribe in the very beginning, but I was super excited when we merged, and I wasn't at all involved in you being voted off, but I was truly bummed because I was looking forward to working with you going forward and getting to know you more, because I think you're a great person.
I appreciate that. Brian?
In the midst of a game like this, I felt like you were able to be honest when you needed to, and you were able to be really real, you know, and I just really appreciated that a lot. And I thought we were going to have something going moving forward, and I know some of the girls gamed up on you and got you, and I don't know that you guys maybe know the whole backstory on that, but I was shocked, you know, when Janica went out and then you went out behind. I was like, what? You know, so that was a little bit devastating for me just to be like, crap, okay, what am I going to do? So
I appreciate it from all three of you guys, and congratulations for making it and for your charities.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rob.
Congratulations to all three of you. As you probably all know, every single one of you have lied to me. So I want to know what your biggest lie in the game was and what your biggest regret was.
So I'll start. I enjoyed playing with you. Bottom line, I didn't know if I could beat you. So in the long run, I had to do what was important for my game.
Sandy?
So first of all, I have to say I absolutely adore you, and we connected and had a strong relationship right from the very start. It was truly heartbreaking and very difficult for me to make the decision for you not to be here with me. I know that we had talked about it being that way, but I think I was also very upfront with you here this afternoon and explained to you, because you are the most amazing strategizer. I mean, you play the game, you're phenomenal. I just felt I had no chance if you were here, so I had to make that decision.
Brian?
yeah, I feel. I mean, I kind of alluded to it from the beginning too. Like, we're almost kind of like George and Elaine on Seinfeld. We're like friends through a friend. You know what I mean? Because we're in this group of 5. You know, I feel like we never got as close, and so I don't know if I was delirious or just overplaying at the end why I bought in, but made a dumb decision and went with something that I hadn't thought through and wasn't really my idea, and I regret it. So
Thanks for answering the question.
Caitlin, how would you go?
I have just one question for Brian. I thought we were really tight even after Corey was out, and I had no idea you had an idol. So tell me a little bit about your decision not to tell me, and kind of where I was in that.
Yeah, I wanted you, me, Sandy. That was always what I wanted to do. You know, why didn't I tell you an idol? Well, because I was able to find one and no one knew. You know, so what's the point? That's not going to help my game at all. You didn't need to know because I wasn't going to use it to hurt you.
Awesome. Thank you, and congrats, you guys.
Thanks, Caitlin. Jackie.
Paula, Sandy, and Brian, congratulations. My question for you is, picture yourself on the jury. Between the other two, who would you vote to win?
I'd have to go with my girl Sandy.
If I were going to look at it like between these two, who was like the rock star strategizer and really played the game well, I would have to go with Brian.
Paula's a compelling story. I just think that you made the right alliance move, and I think that, you know, you gritted out some challenges, you know, and were able to do that. So
good luck.
Thank you.
Joshua.
My question's for Brian. After Rob was gone, I think I made it clear that I was willing to depart from my red squad and go with you. And did you ever have an intent to break up your squad?
yeah, I really did, and I kept trying to figure out how are we going to make it happen. But when I realized it was going to be really tough to do, it's like how far can I go with them? But at some point, once we get that far, I don't know how we were going to stop you.
When I was voted out, there was 3 votes for Maris. Did you have that vote for Maris?
No, I voted for you.
Corey, you're up.
Congrats, guys. I think I've built really genuine relationships with all of you, and I definitely wore my heart on my sleeve. Brian, I was 1000% with you the whole time, and I know you jokingly referred to me as the big bad emotional villain, but I'm really paying attention tonight because some of the stuff you've said has made me feel a little bit like maybe you were the big bad emotionless villain. At least with some of the stuff you did to reassure me that I think maybe went a little further than I would have done. Sandy, I'm so proud of you. Being with you at camp on day 1, I know you were so nervous about being first out, about not making the merge, and look at you, finally doing it. I'm just so proud of you. Paula, you know I love you. See, now I am emotionally, right? So proud of you. Keep owning your moves, keep owning your game, and maybe you can prove that sometimes the nice girl does finish first.
All right, Andy, you're up.
I've got a name in my mind of the person that was running this show, the mastermind, the tail twister, whatever you want to call it. And the other 2 may have been in the back pocket. What I want to know, can you prove to me if you were that person and how you made it work?
I feel like nobody was necessarily the mastermind. You know, we stayed together as a team no matter what. Could have easily done things differently or gone off, you know, a different way, but I chose not to.
I do believe that I had a lot of hand in making decisions. And I don't believe I was cruel to anyone. I don't think I was mean to anyone. I am super proud of the kind of game I played. I thought it was very upstanding. And I wanted to make sure I did everything that I could to have the best chance to win the game.
So from that answer, I was not the mastermind. But I don't know if you call it back pocket, but I listened to everything. And for my game, I needed to align with someone and say, yes, I'll vote your way, and that's the way I had to do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Katie Meyer.
Congrats, everyone. So for the other 2, I'm kind of wondering if there is a regret that you guys had, a move you made that kind of like blew up your game and you weren't really sure where to go from there.
Actually, no. No, I don't have any regrets.
I don't have any regrets either. If I would have hurt somebody, I think I would have had a regret. But no, I think I played a clean game. I was a leader when I needed to lead,
but I also knew when I needed to take the back seat. Thank you.
All right, Charlie, why don't you finish it up?
My question for you guys, who do you think doesn't deserve a spot on this jury? Who is the worst player on this jury?
Worst in what way?
Worse than you don't think they deserve to be here if your player was voted out, or you think they got carried to that point. However you want to judge it, Sandy, that's your answer. I'm not going to answer it for you because you specifically, I need a direct answer from if you want my vote. Everyone else, you have on your own time.
And, you know, again, this is nothing personal or nothing was done to me, but I would say Janicki. And, you know, mostly because we didn't work together. We didn't really get to know each other. Just based off that, I guess that's the only thing that I can say.
This is hard because you all earned being there. I'm sorry, Stephanie. I tried to confide in you and it seemed like it always backfired on me, and then the opposite would happen. And it hurt.
And I actually also say Stephanie, and the simple reason is that we really you never found a way to get to know me, you know.
I tried, but you're always in hurdles. You would never like leave a group.
Scramble is real.
Guys, I really appreciate it. I know you guys are all super genuinely nice people. I just wanted to try and force you a little bit harder than you're at that, all right? All of you deserve to win this, so best of luck to all of you, right?
All right, jury, thank you for the insight. Paula, Sandy, and Brian. I'm now going to give you a chance to address the jury. Convince them that you are supposed to be the winner of Live to Give the Hanover Hilltop and to receive the $6,900 check to the charity of your choice. So Brian, I'll have you go first.
You know, as far as my gameplay and just that aspect of it, if we're thinking I'll win, I'll play out last. I want to think I did pretty well as far as winning. I thought I had plans and I stuck to them, and I was able to modify plans, and I was always able to stay ahead of the chopping block, the outplaying part that goes with it. When I needed it, I got my 2 immunity, and I was able to win those when I needed them most. It really wasn't outlast. It wasn't just the metaphorical, you know, survive longer, you know, in the game itself than other people. It was like really outlast the elements too. I just think I did a really good job, and I don't want to say anything more about it. You know what you think about it, and I hope you agree with me. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Sandy, do you want to go next?
Hey, everybody. First, I also want to say thank you so much. I never imagined in a million years that I would be standing here. I actually did not think I would make it past the first vote. Definitely much harder than I had ever imagined. As far as the game, I mean, I think I played a clean game. I didn't do anything throughout the time here that I regret, and I stuck to loyalty. I mean, like I said, for me, that was the big thing is, you know, I made alliances and I stuck to them. You know, the one thing that was really difficult when it came to the very end was that I had to make a decision to break up one of my really tight relationships. But I had to. I didn't have a choice. And I just enjoyed every minute I spent with all of you and getting to know you. So, thank you.
All right, Paula, finish it out.
First of all, thank you all. I met amazing individuals over the weekend. This exceeded my expectations. And I know that I came into this game as the weakest link. And I thought maybe if I got lucky, I would win 1 immunity. I won 3. It totally blew my mind. I started watching Survivor because of Live to Give. Live to Give turned me on to Survivor. And I love the game now, but I love Live to Give because you guys all came here for the same reason I did, for a charity, to come in number 1. And that's what I wanted to do. I played a clean game. I played a fair game. I told myself and my family that I knew I was going to have to do things that were outside of my comfort zone. One of them being blindsiding people, which is not in my make. And it hurt every time that I had to do that. And I'm so glad I didn't have to do it very often. But when I did it, I made sure that I didn't hurt anybody because I didn't want to hurt anybody. So thank you guys. Thank you for the most incredible weekend.
Thanks, Paula. Well, final three, congratulations. Thank you again. There's only really one thing left for us to do, and that is for the jury to vote. So we'll just get to the vote. Corey, you're up first.
Oh my God, an item.
As someone who was black strong, I feel good to be representing blue tonight. Paula, you are an amazing person. Keep stepping out of your comfort zone and trying new things and keeping you. I hope you win.
The crew's totally bitching.
Tough decision to make between Paula and Brian. Paula, you did fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Brian, you really won me over in the end. Congrats.
I am so proud of you for your journey through this. Never would have expected it, but you continued to surprise me each and every day. Congratulations.
I had a tough time choosing this. I went back and forth. I chose Brian because when I said I wanted someone to switch it up, he took a chance on Katie. I saw him mastermind the vote against Corey, and for those reasons, I think you should win. Good luck.
For the last time, I will tally the votes. All right, Paula, Sandy, Brian, jury, and cast, thank you for a great season of Live to Give. All right, there are 11 votes in here. I will read the votes. First vote, Paula. Brian. Paula. That's 2 votes, Paula. Brian. 2 votes, Paula. 2 votes, Brian. Paula, 3 votes Paula, 2 votes Brian. Brian, 3 votes Brian, 3 votes Paula. Brian, that's 4 votes Brian, 3 votes Paula. Brian, that's 5 votes Brian, 3 votes Paula. The winner of Live to Give, the Hanover Hilltop.